Good morning. I'm your host for the breakfast show, Trading Ideas with SMARTRobie, and welcome to the beginner level of the Trading Idea with SMARTRobie. I'm your host, Martin Wong here. Now, last Friday, we did see a reversal of the US market, and this morning also the KLCI seems to be turning to the upside, and I think this morning we have broken through the 16600 level, and the support at the 1560, 1580 is still valid. But remember, last Friday we did talk about the green pentagon. That's right, as early on Wednesday you could see the green pentagon already turning, right? And we are in the blue trend zone, so it is no surprise that this market is really following the green pentagon. What do you think? I will definitely show you on this morning, the breakfast show. So thank you for coming, and thank you for sharing this video in here, and we got a lot more to go through. Let's go on and look at our headlines and what we have for you this morning in here. Definitely this morning we are at the beginning level, and usually in the beginning level we will touch base on the trading plan, and we will be looking at some of the stock trade idea from Pentagon Guided, and definitely two ideas last week we'll be looking at it, and it's no surprise some of this did run because of the recovery that we've seen on the Malaysian market in here. Now that's a lot to be said. Let's go on and to the KLCI what we have, and I'm going to show you this green pentagon in here, and you could see this in here. Switch to a wider chart where we have that green pentagon in here, which is last Wednesday. You can see this green pentagon is trying to crack out the 1600 level, and we did talk about the double bottom, isn't it? The double bottom, and it seems that this market is heading back higher right now, and that's going to be quite positive going forward in here. What do you think? Do you think this market is likely to go higher? Give me your comment down there, and if you are listening for the first time, do type in 1. At least I know that you are coming in here. But today and this morning, what we've seen so far, the market's definitely looking bullish from the standpoint, as I just checked just now, most of the banking stocks are up, RHB banks are up, public banks are up, and that's the bank driving it. And whereas the healthcare, the top glove, seems to be bottoming up, but I do think eventually when they come in to started to move, then you will see this KLCI on the left hand side that you see here will eventually break through the 1620, and that's going to be interesting to see how this thing is going to be. All right, let's move on to the event that we have for you today, and definitely at the morning headline. That's right. Now this morning headline, the Malaysian economy on a positive growth trajectory. That's right. Now this is what analysts talk about, but we did know that this actually came out last Wednesday. So which is faster? You tell me. Price, volume, or news? What do you think? Type up in the comment in there. We have seen that time and time again. A lot of those of you who are using Pentagon are at least 3 days. You can see from the chart just above me up here, the chart is already up 3 days. We are coming at the 4th day already. You know that much earlier. It's definitely a real advantage to be playing there. But what this article talks about it is about the market is testing 1600, and let's see. The question is more we should ask ourselves, can it stay above 1600? Now this morning in here, it's up 16.161, 1616.99, and it's going to test the 1620. Now more importantly, this entire week it need to crack to 1620 and stay above 160. I think this is likely to be in that agenda. Partly is because interest rate, which already been confirmed by the bank negara, that then they're not gonna cut interest rates. So you can see that's why the banking stock is rebounding. Of course, if you look at public bank, it did had a great pentagon. Let me just show you in here. Public bank, which is hit that one. All right, hit the public bank, and right now, okay, you can see public bank as early. Let me just pitch this up a bit. You can see on top of me in here, as early as 28th of February, switching to a wider chart here, you can see we have the green pentagon in here informing much early. So it's no surprise this morning, I believe, public bank. Let's look at the stock price index here. Right, it's up $4.43, up 1.8%. So that's why it's pay dividend to check out your green pentagon, your blue trend zone, every day using the SMARTRobie. I hope you like that one in here. If you do, give me a thumbs up in here. All right, let's go on to the agenda that we have for you this morning in here. The Malaysian economy remained to be trajectory positive side, but on the not so good side is the greenback. Now this news came upon with the US 10-year U interest rate hitting 1.6. Now they're projected to go to 2.0. The question is how fast or how soon can the KLCI as well as the stock market adjust to this higher interest rate, which is perceived to be inflation flowing in. So this article talk about everything is about inflation coming in, interest rates going up, and because US interest rates is going up, more money will flow outside. That's why the ringgit stay poorer. But my personal opinion is the ringgit is actually usually correlated to the Chinese yuan. Nothing has been mentioned in here. As long as Chinese yuan gets strengthened against the US dollar, then it's good. If it's not, it's going to go on. But let me just show you one chart in here from a technical side. Despite what you see on this article, people talk about the ringgit appreciating to 3.8, best case, worst case is 3.14, and even some economists in this article talk about ranging between 4.5 to 3.8. That's what we've been for the last couple of years. So that's not really giving you any information. But I want to show you this chart, very important. You can see in here. This is from the trading view. You can type USD MYR on your trading view chart. You can see right here, we can see a base was formed at around $4. This was the base forming at $4 here, right? As such, it has broken through the 4.06 level and seems to be going higher, testing. I think there is some sort of a support resistant at 4.12. So from here onward, 4.17 to 4.12. Just remember 2 or 3 weeks ago, everyone is talking about how strong that ringgit is going to do with the rising oil price. But having said that, many economists don't pay attention to charts. That's the thing. They are not trained to read charts. I myself is pay attention to macroeconomics, and you will definitely get an additional advantages when you combine technicals like chart reading as well as economics. Then you will know which is in the right spots. I think many of you have realized that why don't more economists read chart? They do, but it's just that, they say eventually this will correct by itself, and they say we are right at the same time. But of course, having charts will definitely put you in the right spot. Right now, we are seeing this ringgit getting weaker as more and higher interest in here. What do you think? Do you think what I've said makes sense or not? Give me an opinion over there. Thank you very much. Okay, let's move on to our next story. The next story is talking about property. As we've seen, market economy recovering, IOI property. Let's look at IOI property. And where is it to this morning in here? Okay, IOI PG. Hit that one. Switching to a wider chart. And let's look at stock chart in here. Right, IOI property seems to be not going anywhere. As you can see, the green pentagon, right, put you in the right spot. Way back, we could see there around last year, December, we have a red pentagon, and since then, this market is moving up. Even the big surge that we saw in early February, this widespread bar did not contribute to a green pentagon, and that's what SMARTRobie is designed for. Anytime when you see climatic kind of widespread bar, it is usually distribution. Most of the cases, but not all the time, right? Having said that, and you can see this distribution continue to move lower and lower. Right now, we have some sort of support. Let's take a look at this one here. Where is the IOI property stock price support here? Hit that stock price support, and you can see it is up 1 ringgit 35 cents. Okay, 135 at 0.75% in here. So IOI property definitely coming out with this statement that economy is recovering, more people is buying houses, and the usual stuff they talk about. Vaccine is coming in, people are getting more positive, people are buying more houses, and IOI last share price traded 134. Net tangible asset is 346. Hotels are struggling in here. I think there are some recovery, what we talked about earlier, but those recovery definitely I do not think will be on property, more on leisure and travel. We have seen Genting also too. Air Asia, those are picking up, and I think last week we did pick some of the stocks like Genting, and they're still moving up. Let's take a look at Genting right now. Genting, hit that one, hit this, and you can see Genting stock is pushing up nicely again by the green pentagon in here. You can see if you have gone in way following the green pentagon. Now, also, how many of you really follow green pentagon when you first see it? Or you like the stock to move higher first, then you follow? It does pay dividend to follow green pentagon. And let's take a look at what I mean here. And you can see Pentagon fact on this side here, on the chart here. Pentagon fact, Genting is likely to be plus 18.5% since the green pentagon at 417, and you would have gained this additional price gain by just following the pentagon within when the stock is in the uptrend. So that is why Pentagon and SMARTRobie, it's fast enough because all the price and volume, these are priced in way before all those news we have said. And we have said many time and time again, this is how the market works. And I hope many of you who are listening get this kind of information. This is important to put you in the right spot. Let's move on to our next story. Our next story is on renewable energy. That's right. Now, when it comes to renewable energy, LSS4 stand for what? Large solar. This is large scale solar. That's right. You look at that. LS4 means this is program number 4 is bidding almost, I think, about 500 megawatts, if I'm not mistaken. Check out the 23rd November last year when I did talk about this sector in here. So this is more like a continuation of a story that we talk about it in here. 138 bidders, as low as 13 cents per kilowatt in here. And you can see eventually they will need to yes, that's right. Predict the LSS result will be announced on March 21st, which is definitely end of the month. And they did say something like 4 billion, over 12,000 jobs. A lot of them are installer panels in here. Even Singapore are going to be very big. You have renewable energy coming in, like a new player like Tenaga and Petronas in here. So all this you can see stocks like CY Park, Solar West, TNB, Unza, Samadhian. All these mega firsts are submitted bids for LS4, and it's no surprise because I've been talking about this way back. And you can see this morning in here, LS West, LS West. Okay, hit that one, and you will check out the. It did head. That's right. There you go. A nice line change here. That's going to be interesting to see how well will LS West going to come out with the green pentagon or not. So we will see. Definitely you have seen a line change in here. So there's some movement already, all right, in here. So that's good. And let's move on to what we have for you in our next story. It's no other than the US market. Now, that's right. On Saturday, that's right, the Senate Democrat passed on the weekend, over the weekend, the 1.9 trillion COVID-19. And we can see the Dow Jones really reverse back. But right now, we do have what we call a double bottom. That's right, a double bottom, very small double bottom at 30,000. So you can see the US Dow Jones really supported just short of the 31,000, around 30,900 in here. But the tech stock sectors has corrected, and time again, I've talked about the 10-year U Treasury yield continue to head to 1.6 going to 2.0, and that's why we have the tech sector following that sell down. Majority of those so-called economy recovery stocks like the retails, the supermarket, the pharmaceuticals, the media, those are recovering well, and also the leisure and the airlines too. All right, so that's why you see Dow Jones has a support 31,000, but the tech support, which is falling in tandem with the rising interest rate, something that you should take note of it. But overall, I do think that the US Dow Jones will continue to raise higher, but there is a lot of at stake. And do take note, this coming Wednesday, I will talk more about why you should diversify to the US market. So make sure you check me out on 9:30. That's right, on Wednesday at 9:30, where I will talk more about the US market in here. Now, let's look at some of the past Pentagon trade idea. Those of you who are first time here, and many of those had made, and Press Metal made another new high, that's right, hitting a 49%. JF Tech since then has corrected. These are all the recent. SL West, it's coming back, 43%. Scientech is still caught in the range bound. Dufu is correcting now, 38%. Pekka hit a new high almost at 50%. MPI also new high at 60%. JHM has corrected at 34% here. UWC correcting too. And last week peak, which is the 1st of March, UMW has made a 5%. So take note that these are some of our past Pentagon trade idea pick, which has done pretty well. Having said that, now let's look on the past lessons that we picked last week, the UMW, and definitely no doubt again in our breakfast show we usually bring out our trading plan. Now remember, last week, if you have not, just go over to Monday and we look at this in here, and we're going to look at the charts too. That's right, let's bring out the charts. That's right, this is the chart, and let me just show you UMW. Okay, UMW in here. Now I think UMW is a more probably also a play on the oil and gas player in here. So you can see this morning in here. Last week, 1st of February was here. 1st of March, we picked this around here. And the entry price, let me just show you this one here, was 315. That's right, 315 here. We entered at 315. And the market has gone to 330, so that's pretty nice in here. And let's review this, okay, step by step, because we want to make sure that we follow this. UMW was triggered on the 26th. If you have gone in on 26, which is around here at maybe at the opening at 304 to 330, let me see how much gain would you make. Let me just bring this up. Okay, and you're up 8% in here. Instead, we went in on the 1st of March at 315. This was the price. Item number 4 was 315 in here. And take note, resistance level at 325. It has taken through. All right, that was on 19th, and all high 350 and 364. That's the 8th December. So that's why we always talk about time and time again. When you create a trading plan, you will always work back. There's accumulation. You can see item number 1 on this top there, accumulation at 286, and we want to see accumulation. So this is something that we talk about time and time again in our masterclass, and also on all our technical analysis trade setup in here. And you can see the accumulation has been more than 1 month. On the weekly chart, it has taken up the upthrust, which is a good strong indication of more upside. Okay, stop loss 282. Right, that's right, 282 or red panel. Profit target will be 351, and 351 we're just short of in here. Perhaps you can take partial profit and let the remaining, and of course the holding period is 2 months. Okay, so that's how we want to review our lesson learned of the trade that we did in here. Nicely done, just into 5%. Of course, not all trade works. Okay, not all trade works. Just keep in mind in here. Now let's move on to what we have for you. I hope you like this stock review that we did last week on the 1st of March. Yes, some of you already shouted some of the stocks you want me to look at. Definitely we can do that in here. Okay, now today stock trade idea will be RHB Bank and Latitude 3. As we said before, many times the banking stocks, the public bank is back, so no different. RHB Bank is in. Let's check out RHB Bank. Okay, this is, yes, we can see green pentagon activated on 5th, and the market has gone up 1.8. So this one is good. All right, so RHB Bank's inside here. So we want to go in when there is a thing here. Now let's look at the next one we have is, what is that? Latitude 3. Now many times again, as I said before, the agenda is always going to be whether you want to be a train trader or train investor. If you're a train trader, then you will create a plan like I do. I do think that many of you have done that something very similar of the trading plan in here. Let's do one right now. Okay, let's do one right now to show what we do, and next week we can come back and review this. Okay, let's do this together. Okay, now let's look at the weekly chart. Do we have some sort of accumulation? Yes. So we can see there is a test to the downside at $4, right, which is then you have springs and followed by springs, which is sign of what? Spring is what? Sign of strength. That's right. So make sure you have sign of strength. And what else do we have? We have the takeout. There is also what we call the breakout of the UT, okay, which is upthrust. Upthrust. What is upthrust? Upthrust is a sign of weakness. Okay, so sign of weakness, we have the market broke through it, and the market continued to push up, and that's why we have inside here. So now the market has broke through to 463. So price to enter will be 463. Okay, let's put it 463. Okay, indication of, so okay, then we can put here. Okay, let's take a look at the weekly chart. So that is why it's also good that those some of you who have subscribed to our plugin were able to see this on the weekly basis in here. You can see weekly basis. Oh goodness, look at that. Latitude 3, $2.15. Where was that? From June 29. Still running it. If you had bought it at that time and holding it again longer term, those of you with longer term, you are already 120% profit. All right. Again, usually this case, you can see you rescue you would got out at 380, come back in at 180. Wow, isn't that great, isn't it? Of course, this is a longer time holding. Those of you, as I said before, any of you longer time holding, you need to use the weekly chart. All right, that is 120% price gain from that one. All right, let's look at the so let's see market continue to be uptrend on weekly basis. Okay, let's look at the daily chart for SMARTRobie. Daily chart was 1st of April. Okay, green pentagon turn. Okay, turn or trigger. I use the word trigger. Okay, on 1st of March. Okay, 1st of March. And if you have gone in 1st of March, just a small, okay, let me just refresh this again. There you go. Okay, it's still up slightly. How much? If you have gone in on 1st of March, we open here to here. Okay, about 2.8%. Okay, 2.8%. So we can say that there is 2.8%. Okay, let me turn this off again. The high, what's the high here? The high is 450. Okay, important price level. You got up thrust 450 and resistance has been broken. Okay, that when was that? Okay, the high was 1st of March. Okay. Okay, anything else? Let's look at the old high. We have another old high here, which is, what price is that? 470. Another old high, 470. Another old high at 470. And when was that? Old high was 9th of December. Okay. So the reason why we record all these down, at least we know, where are all the old highs and where are all the support. Okay. Okay. What is a stop loss? Okay. So stop loss, we will stick to the trading plans. Trading plans will have a stop loss. Medium price target is 360 lah. Okay. Target price is 360. Currently is no, this is SLWF. Sorry. You need to go to apa itu? Latitude 3, that's right. LATI. Yeah. So much easier now with the auto suggestion. Hit the trading plan. Okay. 390. Okay, 390 there. Okay. So that there is 390 there. Pull back at 390. Medium price target is 488. Okay. Think if we break through the ST at 65, I think that's maybe a miscalculation there. I need to get SMARTRobie to retrain and check that one. Okay, so we'll look at that one. So profit target, definitely in here we are looking at 488 or 488. Okay, 488. We enter now. Stop loss. Okay, stop loss. We can go to exit strategy. In here, partial profit. It says exit on the red pentagon in here. So far there's no red pentagon in here. Probably what we do is tomorrow the ATL stop loss will be calculated out. Okay, but definitely the profit target here is 480 and 560. So we put in 488 and we can also put another one at $5.60. Okay, stop loss will be red pentagon. Okay, red pentagon. Usually, if you want to know, just turn on the ATR stop loss. Or what we do is just use the latitude 3 here, and there is a chart here, and you can see we just turned green Pentagon, and the ATR stop loss is about, from the chart wise, you can see around 380. Okay, you can put our stop loss here around 380. Just an estimate, okay, estimate, so we type it in there. Okay, holding period. What is our holding period? We go to our trading plan. I think I have it in here. Trading plan, yep, 2 months. Since now the market has turned green bullish, we'll hold it for 2 months. Okay, 2 months. Okay, make sure I bring this up. You can see it better. Okay, yeah, 2 months. So 2 months, which is May, okay, 8 May, because now it's already March, so we're talking about 8 June 2021. All right, so we're gonna hold it for 2 months. So there it is. So let's save this, because next week we're gonna come back and review this as part of the lesson learned. So that's how simple we have done this. All right, so I hope you all got it. That's great. Okay, let's move on to our next agenda in here. So we have 2 stock trade idea this week, which is generated by Pentagon Guided. You can see on the right hand side here, just above here. Which side? No. This side here. That's right. Latitude 3 and RHB. All right, good. Okay, let's move on to our next part in here. Is always been the real goal in here. The real goal in here is actually to trade those trading portfolio that you see. Now we have Pentagon, we trade for 2 months, we keep rotating, and last year 2020 we were able to generate 106%. These are hypothetical returns on the portfolio of 35,000, so that's why you could make another, or 8.8% profit. Now so far for the January month, we try to replicate not the potential 106% that we did in 20, but now we are up 7.6%, which is not too bad considering the market has fallen through. But recently, and just last Wednesday, the KLCI has come back, and we have the Pentagon really breaking up higher in here. So let's see whether this market will continue to go higher or not based on this, as I continue to refresh to you, and we will see how well we do. All right, let's move on to the schematic diagram, which I want to touch base is, let's go back here, is the line change. Now line change is where the Pentagon go through. Most important is that we want to see the left hand side. The left hand side that we see in a schematic in here to be sideways moving. If you can see many ways, it's very similar to in here. You can see right here. This is the KLCI. All right, I just want to show you here. Market continue to push up. We have this sideways moving. Now let's take a look at just now the stocks that we have, which is Latitude 3. Okay, Latitude 3, and you can see that's where we have. So we have the sideways movement in here. Market dips down, we have a spring. This was a real test, and then the market broke through. You can see that, and that's what we are looking for. So those are so-called the kind of schematic that we want to see. If you train yourself, again, going back to the agenda, train, trader, and train. This is what we do for the next 12 months with all our masterclass students. Retraining, keep looking at this setup, understanding on the left-hand side, then you will do so much better. Can you imagine, having us train you for the next 12 months or so, then not only you're able to, become a better trained investor and trader, but able to capitalize on other markets like what we talk about, the coming US market in here. Of course, those of you who are first time want to watch some of our Pentagon guided trading system, this is a QR code. So just scan through, and SMARTRobie will able to guide you through with all signs of strength and sign of weakness in here. Of course, this coming Wednesday, as I said before, we will be talking about the US market, 10th of March. So make sure you join me at 9:30. That's right, because US market is a market of innovation, technology solution, and also growth in there. A very interesting program that I will share with you all. All right, make sure you join me on that one. And also this Saturday we have a special treat for many of you, back due to the popular demand. Fundamental analysis, a 2-hour program that we'll do on Zoom session in here, beginning at 10 a.m. 13th of March. So you have time, you want to learn more about fundamental analysis, do join our beginner session in here. We start at 10, we should finish about 12 o'clock, 13th of March. And that's a QR code that you will have, those of you who are really interested. And we will talk more about using the fundamental analysis that is available also on SMARTRobie to help you to become a informed investor and part of the agenda of train trader and train investor. So lots of free sharing Zoom session. Make sure you join me on that one. Of course, we still have the bonus for this month, 1st of March until 31st of March. Do share the free credit, as I said before, because there are a very good course I want to share with you, or that you see here, is the value growth investing course. And this time we have changed the syllabus to have Bitcoin valuation. That will be on the 20th of March. That's right. So if you shared to 2%, you would have come for this course for free. In order to do that, you just need to purchase it. So there is a lot of free promotion, free giveaway. So you will have a chance to become a train trader and a train investor. So make sure you share with your friend and continue to benefit in here. So that's one of the free giveaway that we have. And also on the 3rd of April, we still have the trading analysis. We have the technical analysis. Just like this week, we have the fundamental analysis to keep you guys all going and good. All right. So you all like to have all these free goodies? Good. If you do give us a technical review on our SMARTRobie. That's right. So let's move on to what the next session in here is the feedback. That's right. Now remember last Friday I talked about stock review. Priority will be given to feedback. We have Jennifer who has given us a feedback last week. So if Jennifer is in here, and also Fong Lai Kok that also given me a review on the SMARTRobie in the apps inside there. So remember, I'll give you priority. So if you have a stock you want me to look at, Jennifer, definitely there is a question here. Wong Wing Xiong said that SMARTRobie is out of credit. Like I said before, share it with your friends. Share it with your friend, you get another 400 credit in here. Okay, people Mid Valley, there's a sea of people, so they're doing that well. Okay, banks are pretty good. Okay, and so anyone want me to review the stock inside here? Hong Lee. So Hong Lee, do go over to the SMARTRobie under the Google Play Store and apps and credit and give us a review, and I'm happy to review that. If not, I will look at yours next. So Jennifer, is Jennifer in here? Let me see. Yang, Tunaya, Yang, okay, Data Prep, Lee, Mayfen. Okay, do go over to Google Play Store and I'm happy to review that. Okay, I'm just going to give priority to, under the new SMARTRobie, where do we get our price chart? Oh, okay, I just show you. Hit this, right? And then hit this one here, and you're able to get the, just what stocks you want to look at. Okay, just type in, let's say type Public Bank, PB, okay, B, and Public Bank, hit that one. These are very basic things. Okay, let me just switch to a wider chart here. Hit Public Bank, and you just hit the livestock price. Livestock price, or you got to use it more common, like I do. Just join me every morning in here. All right, Michael there. All right, so looks like there were no stocks to be reviewed from Mr. Fong Lai Kok as well as Jennifer Chan, because I want to give them preference too in here. And those of you who go in either in Apple or Google Play Store, please go in and review that. I'm happy to go to that one. So if not, I'm going to just go through this list inside here. We got Uchitech from Hong Lee. Okay, Uchitech. Okay, Uchitech has gone through pretty high, has gone up a lot. You can see in here, and it's no surprise the market is going through under in here. There's no profit taking already. Okay, there is no profit taking yet. You don't see red pentagon in here. Market pullback, there was a 4%, and that is also in line with the tech stocks in here. So Uchitech. Okay, Uchitech. Let's look at the exit strategy in here. Exit strategy, target profit 380, 372, so not yet, we are not there yet. 355, the first target profit, we hit that one. Okay, first target profit, we hit that one already. Exit on the red pentagon, and stop loss at $3.08, somewhere around here. So that would be the plan going forward. Okay, let's go on to we have some Mr. Fong here. So she finally came in with try mode. Okay, good. All right, we want to give preference to those of you who submitted to me on the Google Play Store in here. Try Fong, not so good, Mr. Fong Lai Kok. You can see in here we got the red pentagon. here, market goes down, and let's look at try mode. Hit that one. And let's look at the exit strategy for try mode. Okay, we just wait for that to come. So you can see right now the market seems to be, but one thing good about it, you can see here, is that the market now is sort of very, and here the volumes are very, very low. Okay, the volumes here are very, very low. Okay, here it comes. Okay, a bit slow this morning in here. So think to exit at 488. 488 will be around here. That's right, 490 around in here. Market has gone up 4% in here. So it looks like it's going to lock into a sideways mode, but good thing is you got very, very low volume coming up, but we need to see volume coming in if it's going to go back and retest back to 56. If you can see in here, it's pretty much locked in the sideways market for some time already here. Okay, and the medium price target is 70 cents. All right, 70 cents inside here. Think to exit at 488, so you have that plan already. Okay, we have another one. All right, Jennifer, I'm just still looking for Jennifer Chan here. So Jennifer Chan has put in, then I will look for that. So I'm just going to zoom through and look at Jennifer Chan here. If not, I'm just going to go through the next list that I have here. And okay. MBSB, we have seen that one. Okay. All right, so I'm going to look next is data prep. All right, data prep, and this is for Lee Mei Fen. All right, data prep. Lee Mei Fen data prep here. Let's look at data prep right now. Now, data prep, having said that, is undergoing what we see a minor correction in here. So you can see this too right now here. You can see volume. It's not good when the market sort of go up on low volume. That usually means there's some kind of distribution. Let's look at data prep and what we see we have for you. Data prep. Okay. And we look at exit strategy again. 242 red pentagon. So there's no pentagon in yet. Profit target 242. 227. Did it hit 227? Yeah, I think it hit 227. Previous target exit. Now the next one in here. 242. Stop loss is at about 160 here. All right, there's no red pentagon, so continue to run your profit. Of course, if you switch to active chart, some of you have seen that. You can see this market now is trending sideways, or there's a tendency to go a bit down in here. All right, just keep that in mind. The next one I want to go through is Turia. Switch back to a daily chart. Okay, Turia, not so good. Market broke down in here. Again, just go over to the exit strategy and there will be some part. So right now, this market likely to move sideways or down, but the green pentagon here was good. You can see that market sort of breakthrough in here. Okay, let's look, and we have the Denko Mac. Okay, Denko Mac also turned red pentagon. All right, turn red pentagon, take some partial profit because it does mean this market is likely to move sideways or down in here. Keep that in mind. Okay, I'm just going to check through this list here for Jennifer. I'll pay attention, as I said before. If you review on the Google Play Store and Apple Play Store, you will be the first to review. I'm just still looking for if Jennifer Chan has just checked me in here. There's a question, Chris, why are the TP in exit plan and trading plan differ in SMARTRobie? They are generally differed, so you have a two choice. It is designed to be differ, so you can choose the higher of those two, the exit strategy. The trading plan does change. The trading plan changes every day, so they are using different sets of algorithm, all right, to give you the best possible range. Okay, let's look at RC Capital. Okay, RC Capital still looks all right. You can see there's a spring here holding up still in a green pentagon here, but blue trend zone in here. There's no red. Having said that, this market seems to be supported at this level. Again, use the exit strategy for that one. Okay, use the exit strategy for that one. All right, I'll do one more last one here, and which is the, okay, we got, okay. I'm still looking for Jennifer in here. All right. Okay, I'll do one last one here. And we got, okay, Haptic. Okay, Haptic. Okay, Haptic is nice. This looks pretty good. You got NS in here. This one's good. Continue to run your profit. All right. Use the exit strategy for your planning and use the target profit. That's all. So thank you for today. I just want to thank to Mr. Fong Lai Kok for your kind review on the Google and Apple Play Store, as well as Jennifer Chan. And those of you who want to get your top priority for me to review your chart, please go over to the Google Play Store and Apple Play Store and review that. That would be, you know, in the fair way. We give preference to those of you who review us over there. All right, let's move on to what I have for you next. Switching to a wider chart is a little bit of announcement. We will be doing our April 2021 intake for those of you who are looking into our April timeline, and this will be done just before the Hari Raya. Do join us. The registration is still open for our April intake, for where we have a chance to coach you for the next 12 months or so. And don't forget, those of you who are first time, join our, or even share this QR code with your friend to join the best Telegram chat room for all great stock information, stock education, to get you into the right path of being trained trader and trained investor. Thank you very much. If not, I'll see you on Wednesday morning, and do join us on Wednesday night 9:30 for the US market, why you should diversify to that. Thank you again, and bye bye. And thank you for your time. I really appreciate you coming in here, spending your important time with me, so I can really give you something good and information and educational so you can improve yourself too. Thank you again. Bye bye.